Welcome to Whiskey Nightcaps, the channel where we do sip before sleep, and I am your host, Jason Davis. And I don't know how many nightcaps I'll be having tonight because unfortunately, I have to go to work in the morning, which sucks. Have you ever just not wanted to be responsible? Like, I just want to be totally irresponsible right now, but gotta pay the bills because if I don't make money, then I can't buy whiskey. So tonight we're talking about what to do with bad whiskey. And when I say bad whiskey, I don't mean whiskey that went bad in the bottle, like from having it too long or something like that. What I mean is a purchase of whiskey that you particularly don't care for. So stick around, we'll tell you what to do. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can get these videos, and also hit the like button because the algorithms are what? Hating on your boy. That's right, let's go. All right, so we've all been there. We go to the store and we end up making some horrible whiskey purchase based on name recognition, or we, like a kid in a candy store and we saw something shiny like, ooh, look at that bottle, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. And we take it home, pour it in a glass, sit back, get comfortable. We take that first sip and we're like, what the hell was that? Ever happened to you? This happened to me a couple of times. Now, we can't just pour that whiskey down the drain. That would be a total waste of money and also just irresponsible as a whiskey connoisseur. So, what do? You turn that lemon into lemonade or a lemon drop by having fun with it, man. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the whole whiskey game, is to have fun, right? So we take that bottle and we blend it with other whiskeys. We pull a Basil Hayden, right? Because instead, we don't have time to finish a whiskey at home. So we pull a Basil Hayden and we just pour another whiskey into it and let it sit for a little while, right? And that's the fun of it, right? Experimenting like a mad scientist with all these different whiskeys. But no, I mean, that's fun, right? Really trying to see what you can put together in your own home, you're your own master blender, right? So one day I went to the store and I wanted some Whistle Pig, but then I looked up and I saw the Whistle Pig prices and I was like, not today. But then I saw the Whistle Pig, which was reasonably priced, and I should have known why it was reasonably priced in comparison to the other lines of whiskey that they had. Now, what I didn't know at the time was this really isn't made to be a sipper. It's more so for bartenders to make cocktails and still have that rye taste cut through all that sugary goodness. But I don't really do cocktails that often unless I'm, at a function, a party or something like that. I sip my whiskey neat, and this was just too much for me. I like rye, but I wouldn't consider myself a rye fanatic, and I believe this is 100% rye, if I'm not mistaken. It was just entirely too much for me. But then a light bulb hit. Bing! I got an idea, because I have Angel's Envy Caribbean Rum Cask, which I love, which is still a rye, but being finished in that rum cask just gave it a different type of flavor. And so I said, I'll mix my rye with some other whiskeys that I like and see what comes out. So I've been letting those sit in the warmth by the campfire, and we're gonna see how this little experiment came out. Let's go get them. All right, so I've been letting these rest for about maybe 10 minutes or so. That's something that I typically do. You don't have to do that. You can dive right in if you wants to, okay? Now, I have these little ditties here, and I didn't necessarily measure it out, but I just tried to eyeball it, and I did a mixture of 75% piggyback and then 25% the other whiskey. Now, this is the Balcones mixture, so let's go in. I can tell you, as soon as I poured this back in the house, like, the smell was strong. It just hit me, not in a bad way. It was like, damn, that smells good. It's, now it smells different. Has a weird kind of smell to it. Let's see if we can pull something out here. The rye seems really muted, but I'm picking up like ripe apples. I mean, I'm really amazed at how muted the nose is on this. Like, the balcones just cut through, just sliced, ginsu sliced through that raw spice. Because before, I can tell you from memory, I was really picking up like cinnamon hot, like you ever had a hot ball when you were a kid? That's what I was picking up from the piggyback. So let's see how it tastes. Woo-wee! This thing is hot like fire, okay? It's a little hot as soon as it hit the tongue. But the sweetness, outside of the hot feeling, the sweetness was the first thing that I picked up. Not like a maple syrup sweet, but more like a, like that fake syrup you get from like Walmart, the butter type flavor. I still picked up a little bit of that apple on the mid palate, and it's intensifying on the finish with a little bit of that kick from the rye, but not overly spicy. So what's my verdict on it? I actually like it. This is something that possibly I would do in a bigger decanter and feed it to my company and not tell them I mixed together 2 whiskeys myself. All right, I just want to cleanse the palate really quickly just to make sure I'm giving this other one a fair chance. A little bit of water, a cracker, be right back. All right, fully cleansed my palate in the waters from Lake Minnetonka. Get that reference? All right, so this is the Whistle Pig Piggyback mixed with Bernheim wheat whiskey. Open this sucker back up. Being in the cold just kills a whiskey. This one is soft as well, so it did soften it. It softened that spice. More of like a honey type of scent, a little vanilla. All right, let's see what we have here. A little vanilla on the tongue immediately when it hit. However, the rye definitely still comes through on this one. So if you are a rye lover, then this mixture will be better suited for you because you still get to enjoy everything that you love about rye with just a hint of added sweetness to it. But still a little hot, you know. I mean, this thing is only, what, 48%, which, I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, 48% is not bad, but it just seems a little bit hotter than 48%. All right, so what's my take on that second one? I mean, it's good. However, I still prefer the mixture with the Balcones, but that may be my own bias, being that I'm not like the heavy rye drinker. I do like rye. I like my Pikesville. I like my Sagamore. I like my Angel's Envy, but I'm not a rye fanatic. And so the Balcones, that mixture of the 100% corn whiskey, 100 proof, really did it for me. All right, man, so thank you for joining me on this experiment. I really appreciate you rocking out with your boy and supporting these videos and supporting my Instagram. But I have a little channel announcement. Don't you go anywhere right now. I have a little channel announcement. So I had fun doing this, and now it's something that I want to keep going seriously, but a little bit different. So what I've done is comprise a spreadsheet with every whiskey that I own, numbered from 1 all the way down. And what I would do is randomly pick 2 numbers, and I will blend those 2 whiskeys together and then come back and try them for you and let you know exactly how it tastes and how it smells, and if you should try to experiment with this yourself at home. All right, so if you're new to the channel, thank you for rocking out, and make sure you subscribe. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. Whiskey Nightcaps, Jason Davis. I'm out. About to go watch some TV, man. The wife is waiting for me. Peace.